لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك. محمد نبينا بنور هدينا محمد نبينا بنور هدينا.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON says it will double its efforts to have a successful outing during the 2018 Hajj exercise.
Appropriate measures is being taken.
NAHCON chairman Barrister Abdullah Mukhtar Muhammad stated this when the Nigerian ambassador to Saudi Arabia, Ambassador Isa Muhammad Dudu, visited him at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja.
We have submitted our report of that visit to government. Appropriate measures is being taken by the Commission and the government to ensure the success of 2018 Hajj. These are issues that we cannot achieve without you. We cannot succeed without the support of the two missions in the kingdom.
In his remarks, Ambassador Isa Muhammad praised the Commission for its commitment in Hajj management, urging it to do more in the area of pilgrims' enlightenment, particularly on the new policies introduced by Saudi Arabia.
You have to start making the preparation as early as possible. Why? Because you have to work well ahead before the time of operation starts.
محمد نبينا بنور هدينا.
The chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON, Barrister Abdullah Mukhtar Muhammad, has been honored with an award of excellence as the most responsive chief executive officer from the public sector. The press corps of the House of Representatives, in conjunction with the Correspondence Chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists Abuja Council, presented the award during its maiden dinner, an award of excellence celebration. It took place at the International Conference Center, Abuja. Other persons honored include past and present legislators for their contributions at plenary and committees, as well as execution of projects at their constituencies. There were also chief executive officers from other public and private sectors. In an interview, the NAHCON boss said the award is a challenge for him to do more.
Challenge us to do more so that next year and years that will come after, the Commission will continue to be recognized. And I think the award is not for my person, but for the institution which I represent. And by extension, it's an award for all the stakeholders of Hajj administration in Nigeria and the pilgrims of this country in general. So I thank the organization.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة.
Over the years, managing Hajj activities in Nigeria has gone through a series of reforms, leading to outcomes that are beneficial to both Nigeria and Saudi Arabia. Apart from spiritual benefits, there have been improvements in bilateral relations, socio-economic development, transport and information systems, security, as well as education. In order to ensure better understanding and enhance mutual cooperation in Hajj operations, a national symposium was held in Abuja on the 10th of March 2018 to provide greater insight. The theme of the symposium was Legacies of Hajj Operations and the Nigerian Questions. It was held under the auspices of Manara Television and Radio Services.
On the best way to handle Hajj operations.
Declaring the event open, Chairman Manara TV, Sheikh Abdullahi Balalo, explained the rationale for organizing the symposium.
The aim is to unfailingly create more awareness on the best way to handle Hajj operations by all relevant stakeholders, and also identify more ways of simplifying the operation to advantage of the intending pilgrims. I called on the government to provide affordable policies beneficial to our intending pilgrims.
The Manara chairman disclosed that the establishment of National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, particularly under the leadership of Barrister Abdullahi Muhammad Mukhtar, has made possible the formulation of policies to consolidate and improve on Hajj legacies in Nigeria.
I commend the Executive Chairman, Barrister Abdullahi Mukhtar, and NAHCON as an agency for their selfless service for ensuring a successful Hajj operations year in, year out. We commend all stakeholders that contribute towards the success of Hajj operation in Nigeria, especially Mr. President himself, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for providing enabling environment necessary for successful Hajj operations.
Embarking on Hajj,
NAHCON chairman Barrister Abdullahi Mukhtar Mohammed delivered a keynote address on the topic Legacies of Hajj Operations and the Nigerian Questions. Barrister Abdullahi Mukhtar traced how organizing Hajj trips for Nigerian pilgrims in the past came with many challenges.
Poor coordination, gross inefficiency and wastage of resources, irrespective of the quality and integrity of persons leading the Hajj management bodies. For example, Nigeria had to continuously seek for extension of airport closure deadline for 3 consecutive years in 2004, 2005, and 2006, but was still unable to airlift its pilgrims. In 2005, then President Olusegun Obasanjo had to request for extension through the King of Morocco for the closure of Jeddah Airport by 48 hours for Nigerian pilgrims. But yet, 15,000 pilgrims were left behind. Also, government was forced to pay over 2 billion naira in fines incurred by Hajj carriers or due to its violation of contract agreement and many other financial losses caused by poor arrangements.
He noted with satisfaction the progress made over the years in the conduct of the Hajj, saying that this has brought a lot of benefits for Nigeria and Saudi Arabia. These include forging socio-economic ties, strengthening the unity of the Nigerian Muslim Ummah, spread of Islam and its knowledge, attraction of investors.
The numerical advantage of Nigeria being the 7th largest contingent in 2017, along with its improved efficiency in organizing Hajj, has made it trust of many service providers in Saudi Arabia. In addition to services rendered to pilgrims, some companies, upon the invitation of NAHCON, are considering making investment in the hospitality, transportation, and agricultural sectors in Nigeria.
The NAHCON chairman also spoke about the reforms introduced to further stabilize Hajj operations in Nigeria.
From the point of view of the Commission, its greatest achievement is that of stabilizing Hajj operation in Nigeria. Gone are days when Nigeria sought for extension of deadline for airport closure. The usual rowdiness associated with pilgrims' airlift both in Nigeria and Saudi Arabian airport has been virtually eliminated. Pilgrims now travel in more organized manner with more comfort compared to what obtained before the establishment of the Commission. Similarly, the Commission has ensured total elimination of briefcase companies in providing all Hajj-related and Umrah services to Nigerians. This has increased the confidence Nigerians have on tour companies and NAHCON licensed service providers. The abscondment rate of pilgrims has been reduced to the barest minimum that the Saudi Minister of Hajj, Dr. Mohammed Saleh bin Tim, advise other countries to adopt Nigerian method of reducing abscondment cases to the barest minimum.
An important area of note about Hajj legacies in Nigeria is the working relationship forged between NAHCON and the Nigeria Christian Pilgrims Commission, NCPC.
Hajj operation under NAHCON has served as a unifier of the Muslim Ummah and a bridge builder. It might interest this gathering to know that NAHCON and the Nigerian Christian Commission were once sharing same office at the Commission property in Malumfashi Close, Gariki, here in Abuja. The NCPC eventually secured its permanent office and it became its own landlord. When NAHCON eventually purchased Metro Plaza to serve at its headquarters, the entire leadership of NCPC were there to participate and celebrate with us. As we speak, the two organizations will be embarking on a nationwide campaign to tackle the problem caused by religious discord and attendant consequences on harmonious coexistence of the two major religions.
The keynote address appreciated the Saudi government for its untiring efforts in managing Hajj and also thanked individuals who played vital role in the formation of NAHCON. The discussion on Hajj legacies in Nigeria will not be complete without mentioning the contributions being made by the aviation sector and tour operators.
Since 1948, we have been the pioneers of Hajj operation in Nigeria. The chairman mentioned WAPA, West African Pilgrims Association. That was a private arrangement for Hajj. That was the beginning.
Other stakeholders also made contributions at the event, pointing out that all hands must be on deck to sustain the legacies of Hajj in Nigeria, particularly on the unity of purpose amongst all stakeholders associated with Hajj operations.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, urged all intending pilgrims to seek knowledge on how to perform Hajj and Umrah in order to attain the desired results. To achieve this, NAHCON directs all the pilgrims' welfare boards and agencies as well as tour operators to organize enlightenment programs for all the intending pilgrims from date of payment to commencement of operations. It is your right to be educated on how to perform Hajj and Umrah. For more information, visit guide.nigeriahajcom.gov.ng or send an email to info@nigeriahajcom.gov.ng. This message is brought to you by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON.
محمد نبينا بنور هدينا اللهم لبيك لبيك.
On Hajj Talk tonight, we focus on the three types of Hajj, namely Hajj Tamattu, Hajj Ifrad and Hajj Qiran.
Decide which of the three ways
Sheikh Ahmad Abubakar Lemu is our guide.
you want.
He begins by talking about what intending pilgrims are expected to do as they embark on Hajj.
Let him learn about each of the three ways of performing Hajj and then make up his mind which way he prefers to choose, so that before the day of the journey he has learned and mastered from A to Z how the Hajj of the way he has chosen, of the procedure, of the manner he has chosen is performed.
The pilgrims are expected to declare intention at the Miqat. What then is the Miqat?
The place prescribed by Prophet Muhammad for the people of the various 4 parts of the world: East, West, North, South. Which particular place or town or spot was recommended by Prophet Muhammad to be the place to make the intention for Hajj.
For those who chose to perform Hajj Tamattu, they are to combine Umrah with Hajj. But after performing the Umrah, they remove their Ihram and then wear it again on the 8th of Zulhijjah for the Hajj.
So Umrah comprises making the intention Ihram, Tawaf, and the walk between Safa and Marwa, 7 trips. And of course, each one with its own rule, like the haircut after the walk. You can then remove this and enter your ordinary civilian clothes and enjoy yourself up to 8th day of the month of Zulhijjah. On that day, even in his lodging in Makkah city or wherever it is, he takes the Ihram bath, then make the formal intention, Labbaik Allahumma bil Hajj. Then you depart with your colleagues and so forth to Mina for encampment.
The other option for pilgrims is Hajj Qiran. This is combining Hajj and Umrah without removing the Ihram after performing Umrah.
The Hajj al-Qiran, that is simultaneously, even from where you are going to make the intention, which is called Ihram, you will make the intention of performing Umrah and Hajj in that order. Mention Umrah first, then Hajj. Allah, whether it's in Arabic, whether it's in your mother tongue, it's all the same. Then you continue with Talbiyah up to when you reach Makkah and do the Tawaf. That Tawaf is neither for Umrah nor for Hajj proper. It is called Tawaf al-Qudum, Tawaf on arrival. But this sa'i that you will do on that day of arrival to follow this tawaf is the sa'i for both Umrah and the Hajj proper.
Then there is the Ifrad. In this type of Hajj, pilgrims declare intention to perform Hajj only without Umrah.
If it is single Hajj, you understand? Right from where you will enter your clothes for Ihram, making the intention for Hajj, you will make the intention of Hajj, Labbaik Allahumma bil Hajj. You will not come out of Ihram up to the 10th of the Hijjah, when you will have finished throwing the pebbles.
In all of these, pilgrims must observe the rite of staying at the plains of Mina, Arafat and Muzdalifah. They must also pelt the Jamra as well as Qurban of animal sacrifice. But for those who perform Ifrad, animal sacrifice is not required.
It is the same rule up to moving to Mina, up to they do the same thing, up to Arafat, it is the same thing. Return from Arafat, throwing the pebbles on the 10th, on the 11th, on the 12th, everything the same, up to when they come back to Makkah.
The state pilgrims' welfare boards, agencies or commissions are established by state governments. Their function, amongst other things, is to prepare pilgrims from the states for successful Hajj operations. There are 36 state pilgrims' welfare boards and 1 for the FCT. Spotlight today focuses on the various state boards and how they are meeting up with their mandate. Since it came on board, the FCT Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board has functioned effectively in preparing pilgrims for Hajj since establishment. In 2017, It catered for over 2,000 pilgrims. For the year 2018, Hajj preparations are in top gear.
So we are starting in earnest with the sales of forms since November 2017. After we have reviewed our own Hajj operation of 2017 to know the loopholes, to know where we were and where we intend to go. So we have already started in earnest. Things are started taking shape for 2018.
For the FCT Muslims Pilgrim Board, the welfare of the pilgrims is a major priority.
Even if it's going to be one pilgrim, we value him more than any other thing. So we wouldn't like somebody to pay his money over $1 million to go and do nothing, to come back with not having a Hajj Mabrur.
For effective pilgrims' enlightenment, the board has sought the support of the FCT Council of Elders and Ulama since they are closer to the pilgrims.
We are able to meet the stakeholders of Fulani and everybody to acquaint them with what's going on, to shine against the giving touts their own money for the sake of giving them seat and what have you. All these issues of intermediary between the board were on it, and we went around the council in preparation to have a hitch-free Hajj operation in 2018.
As the period for Hajj draws nearer, the director of the FCT board calls on intending pilgrims to be law-abiding in all Hajj matters, spiritual and otherwise, calling them to explore more avenues of acquiring Hajj knowledge.
Make sure they follow the rules and regulations governing registration and what have you. That's apart from that is the issue of policy. The issue of rituals, I told you that we engage formal ulama, both male and female, to make sure they teach these intending pilgrims so that for them to have a Hajj Mabrur.
In Nasarawa State, the State Pilgrims Welfare Board has gone far in pilgrims registration and the weekly Pilgrims Enlightenment campaign. These, among others, are part of preparations for 2018 Hajj. Alhaji Abubakar Hassan Nalaraba is the Executive Secretary of the board. He explains more about the preparations.
We've gone round to cooperate and solicit the support of our royal fathers. We started from the Emir of Kefi, we've gone to the Emir of Wamba, and then finally we ended at the Emir's Palace here in Lafia. Having done that, we intend to start the Pilgrims Enlightenment proper.
The Nasarawa State government on its part has plans to expand the board office complex and sponsor ulama that will serve as Hajj guides to pilgrims from the state.
We have a new office complex, courtesy of His Excellency Umar Tanko Al-Makura, and there is also an expansion program, expansion work going on to expand the size and build more structures in the offices. I think that will make the staffs of the board to put in their best when they have a well-furnished office accommodation. The government is trying its best to make sure they sponsor some ulamas that will educate and teach our pilgrims in religious sites at the Holy Land.
The board is also taking the issues of security seriously in its operational plans.
During Hajj operations, normally, we do encounter a lot of problems within our pilgrims and fraudsters. So we intend to seek the collaborations with the security agencies to help us track down fraudulent activities pertaining Hajj.
With the end of March deadline for registration approaching, the board intensifies its call on intending pilgrims to complete payment of their Hajj fare without any hesitation in order to meet up with the registration deadline set by Hajj Commission in collaboration with the Hajj Ministry in Saudi Arabia.
The reward is more than what you will pay for the fare. The reward is Jannah. So please, if you have the means and the ability to pay for this year's Hajj, do not hesitate.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, urges all intending pilgrims from all states of the Federation to start installment payment of at least 300,000 naira monthly for this year's Hajj from November 2017 to March 2018.
The payments and registration should be made at respective state Muslim pilgrims welfare offices nationwide through the NAHCON online registration portal at www.nigeriahajcom.gov.ng free of charge. Therefore, no fee is required for any form for the 2018 Hajj registration at all, nor by by the Pilgrims Registration Officers of the State's board.
Payments could be made by bank draft or online platforms of the State Pilgrims Welfare Offices, and receipt must be collected there and then. No cash payment to any person.
All intending pilgrims traveling through states' Muslim Pilgrims Welfare agencies, boards, commissions, and those traveling using tour operators must note that the 2018 Hajj calendar requires that by March ending, all payments must have been concluded in Nigeria to finalize preparations against the May 2018 deadline for the closure of Saudi Hajj portal.
This message is from the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria.
لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك الله